Inspiring and beautiful piano arrangements that will warm your heart and renew your soul. Pick up a copy of David Tolk's newest album, Impressions, available on November 15th. This concert series brought to you by Brigham Larson Pianos, Utah's exclusive Hailoon dealer, located at 211 West, 200 South in Pleasant Grove.
Thank you. I'm so glad you guys are all here tonight. As Brigham said, this is my third time performing here, and I love this venue. It kind of feels like a house concert. It's very casual, and just really enjoy it. The piano's always well-tuned, and it sounds great. So I'm going to play several songs tonight, and Mackenzie's going to play a few as well. And I'm going to start out with one of my newest songs. I've actually, for the last 3 months, been recording a new CD, which is not done yet, but it's very close, and I'm excited about it. And this is one of the songs from the new CD. Every couple of years, we take our children, we take our family out to Cape Cod. We go out to Massachusetts and go to the beach. I know there are beaches that are closer than that, but we just love it out there. And one of the things that I think is neat about it is actually something that I imagine about it. We're always out there in the summer when it's beautiful, beach weather. And I think about how the weather must be in the off season when all the tourists are gone and they get those big nor'easters and the storms. And I just love the landscape out there. So I wrote a song about what I think Cape Cod's probably like when we're not there. So this is called Cape Cod. Thank you very much. That's a brand new one. There's a bunch of mandolin that's with me on the CD on that one. It's a pretty cool part. I'm excited about it. This next song is one that I wrote several years ago. I had an experience. I got to go and do some concerts down in Hawaii, which is a nice place to go for concerts. And I got to bring my wife along with me. And while we were down there, we did some snorkeling. And I had never snorkeled before, and wasn't that good at it, and was just kind of trying to stay alive, which I did, in case you were wondering. And while we were doing that, a wave came, and it took the wedding ring off my finger while we were snorkeling, and I could feel this happening, and I could see the ring going down into the water and onto the reef. There was some coral there, and I could see it on the reef. I thought, okay, I better act quickly. And so I went down and I got my wedding ring, I grabbed it, and I came back up out of the water, and I excitedly showed my wife. I said, I've got my wedding ring, I'm excited. And she thought that I had taken off my wedding ring and I was playing with it in the ocean, which you're not supposed to do. And I know that now. But that experience, so my ring this is the same ring, so it's safe and sound. But that experience made me think a lot about things that are sacred. You know, in this world that we live in right now, there are a lot of things that are really trivialized. We trivialize everything, and there are very few things that rise to the level of something that you would call sacred. And this experience made me think a lot about the things that are sacred to me and my family and my wife and that relationship, and you know how quickly things can change and how important they are, and how you need to protect those things that are truly sacred. And this is actually another one that's going to be on my new CD. We're re-recording it, and this is Sacred. Sorry, I'm worried about this mic. Thank you. I'm going to play another song or two, and then I'm going to invite Mackenzie up, who is the headliner. I'm the opening act for Mackenzie. We'll kind of go back and forth, but I'm really excited about the stuff that she's going to do. Autumn is my favorite time of year, and I know there's some people that just say that, and they don't really mean it. You know, when they're in autumn, they'll say, autumn's my favorite time of year, and then you get into winter, and they'll say, winter's my favorite time of year. But for me, truly, I love autumn, and I've written a lot of songs about it, and this is my newest one. And I've written a lot of songs about the beauty of autumn and the warmth of autumn, and this one is kind of a darker one, kind of the darker side of autumn. Things do get cold, and the leaves do fall, and so this is another one that's going to be on the brand new album. This is called October, and I'm going to actually play a track along with the piano, and ask Brigham if he can maybe turn up that channel just a little bit. And so this is October. I just have to check Facebook really quick, just a sec. $23 likes. I'm just kidding, it's not Facebook. spookier than I thought it was going to be. I hope that wasn't scary. It was supposed to be more contemplative than spooky. So just maybe that will help, that if you know my intent. Anyway, I'm going to invite my good friend Jessica Davis to come up on the stage with me for this one. I've been playing with Jessica for several years now, and I'm just so thrilled at her talent and with the violin. She's fantastic. So please welcome Jessica Davis. This next song is one that I arranged a few years ago for one of my CDs. This is my arrangement of Simple Gifts, and I'm sure most of you are familiar with this melody. I love it. I love this melody. And for me, Simple Gifts represents the little things that happen in our lives that we could perhaps miss if we're too busy, caught up in the things that we're doing, and things that are special. For example, today, when I came home, I was away during the morning and early afternoon. I came home and got to spend just 5 or 10 minutes in the front yard throwing the frisbee with my son Brendan. And for a lot of people, that probably doesn't sound like much, but as a father, to be able to spend that quality time with him throwing the frisbee, that's a special gift, or a simple gift that will stick with me for a long time. And so for me, that's what this is about. This is Simple Gifts. she released an album a year or so ago, and it was just a thrill for me to see her be engaged in that process. And every time I introduce Mackenzie, I always feel like I need to not embarrass her, but you know, share some sort of a story that helps you to understand who she is, and just how smart and amazing she is, just from an unbiased fatherly standpoint. We took our two oldest kids to Paris a few months ago, and had a wonderful time. And our daughter Mackenzie had studied some French, and so we thought, great, you know, we'll be fine. Mackenzie's taken some French in school. There's nothing to worry about. She'll take care of us, and she proved that. We went. There was one of those cute little patisseries that had just the most amazing looking little, all kinds of yummy treats and things, and Mackenzie was looking at that, and we were trying to figure out how do we communicate with the person who's selling the stuff. And so Mackenzie stepped up to the plate and stepped forward and said, "Qu'est-ce que c'est, that little thing in the corner there?" and she knew that the person knew what she was saying, and we communicated. And so I was very proud of her. That shows just how smart and talented Mackenzie is. So with that weird and uncomfortable introduction, MZI.
Introduced so nicely by my father. So the first few songs that I'm going to play for you tonight are from my album Believe. And this first song is called How Can I Keep From Singing? And it's just a really close song to my heart because I love to sing, and I think it has really nice lyrics, and this is my arrangement of it, so I hope you like it. My life flows on in endless song, above earth's lamentation. I hear the real, though far of Him that hails a new creation. Through all the tumult and the strife, I hear here again. And this song kind of reflects a different side of me. I've always really loved adventure stories. Like, I was probably one of the biggest Harry Potter fans that has ever existed. And to this day, I have a Peter Pan background on my laptop at college. And this song is called On This Journey, and it's just kind of about like adventure and enjoying the journey. So, yeah. And he says that I'm the real part of the show, but really I'm going to turn the time back over to my dad because he's awesome.
She'll be back. Yeah, I am a very proud dad. Mackenzie, we've had her living in our house for 18 years, and a few months ago now, she left and is off at college, and our home is quite a bit quieter without her. So it's wonderful to be here with her tonight. This next song that I'm going to do is the first song that I ever wrote about autumn. I grew up in a little colonial town in New Jersey. When you hear New Jersey, it probably evokes some interesting images, but this actually was a cute little town with lots of trees, and I remember walking to the Hilltop School. We had a little brick school, and I remember walking to school and the leaves being so deep they almost came up to my knees. I can remember shuffling through the leaves, and I just loved autumn growing up. And this song is called Teeming Autumn, and I wrote it about the fact that during autumn, although we think of things as dying, aesthetically and from a beauty standpoint, things are becoming quite beautiful. And so that's what this is about. This is Teeming Autumn. It's always interesting to try to figure out what the inspirations will be for songs when you're composing, and I've composed a lot of songs about the beautiful world around us and my family, and I've composed a lot of songs about my wife, and that's because she's awesome, and she's here tonight, and she's been to, I don't know how many concerts she's been to over the last more than 20 years, and but she's fantastic, and one of the more recent songs that I wrote for her, that's called For Lisa, and she actually helped me name the song so that there's no ambiguity. It's for her, it's for Lisa, so I was going to tell an embarrassing story, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to play the song. So this is For Lisa. going to invite Jessica to come back up for this one. I did, for a period of time, there was actually, I think I've done 8 CDs, and there was a period in the middle where I did 3 CDs in a row of arrangements of hymns. I had done one, I was actually signed with a record company on the East Coast, and we had talked about doing a CD of hymns, and they were excited about it, and we did it, and it was such a wonderful experience that I had to keep doing that. So I did 2 more after that, and just had so much, such a great experience with that. And so this is one of those arrangements. This is my arrangement of "Oh, How Lovely Was the Morning." I'm going to actually invite Mackenzie back up to do a couple more songs really quick. So here's Mackenzie.
Okay, so since my dad embarrassed me a little bit earlier and decided not to tell a story that embarrassed my mom, I'm gonna have to do that for her. Because this song has a little family history behind it. The song that I'm about to do for you is You Give Love a Bad Name. And my mom had this boyfriend in high school that she broke up with, and he actually dedicated this song to her over the microphone at a school dance. And so there's your little embarrassment for the night, Mom.
She had a boyfriend?
And it wasn't my dad. But, so this is the Mackenzie Tolk version of You Give Love a Bad Name. Put me through hell. Chains
I'm an attorney during the day, so I put on a suit and I go sit in an office and do attorney stuff. And a couple of years ago, I was sitting in my office and I got a call from someone in New York City, and he said he was calling. He said he was with Billboard magazine. He said he was calling to tell me that my Christmas CD was going to be in the top 10 in the Billboard New Age charts, and I thought it was a prank call. I couldn't believe it, and but it actually ended up being true. It ended up being in the charts, which was it was a wonderful experience for me. I love Christmas music, and I had such a wonderful time arranging the music for that CD. And one of my favorites on that, and I hope you'll forgive me because I know it's October, but I'm going to play one of my favorites from that CD. I'm going to play Carol of the Bells, which is one of my favorites. And as I mentioned before, we went to Paris a few months ago, and we're actually there for Easter week. And one of the first things that we did when we got there, the second night that we were there, we went over to Notre Dame Cathedral, and it was dark, and there was almost nobody in there. And but we went in and we sat toward the back, and there was a choir that was, I think they were just rehearsing. And I could not believe how beautiful and wonderful that was. It was such an amazing experience for me to sit in this old cathedral that's hundreds of years old and have the same type of experience that someone could have had hundreds of years ago just with that a cappella music. It was a profound experience for me, and one of the things that I really noticed while we were there was all of the different churches and cathedrals and the bells that would ring, and I enjoyed that immensely. And so this is my arrangement of Carol of the Bells. going to invite Jessica back up for this, and to let you know what we're doing. I think the plan is we'll do this song, and then we'll have Mackenzie do one last song, and then if you liked us, you could clap for slightly longer than you've been clapping, and then we'll think that maybe you're asking for an encore, and then we'll come back up acting surprised and honored, and feeling honored genuinely. So we'll take that approach, and we'll see what happens. This is another one of my favorite hymn arrangements. I think the way that the world is right now, it could be easy to get a little bit down and distraught when you look at the news and see all the different things that are happening all over the world. But this hymn for me is about overcoming that and seeing, having the right perspective and knowing that there are things that are much larger and much more important than those events and things that we're seeing, and that we can be optimistic and have hope and faith. And so this is my arrangement of Be Still My Soul. And just so you understand it, as I'm playing this, this arrangement actually reflects that, what I was just talking about. I wrote this in kind of a minor, with kind of a minor approach, but the melody over the top is in major, so I kind of wanted to contrast those two different thoughts, so here we go.
okay with the Christmas thing in October because my song is a Christmas song too. But, because for me and my roommates have been listening to Christmas music since probably the second week of September. So I'm kind of a Christmas lover. But on a more serious note, this song is called Believe. It's actually the title of my album as well. And it's a song that I wrote a few years ago. I kind of have a hard time writing lyrics to songs sometimes, but this song just kind of, like, it came really naturally to me, and it was a really special experience for me, and it's about the birth of the Savior, and it's called Believe, and I hope you like it.
David, I think we need one more. Mackenzie, Jessica, do you have another one in you?
Thank you. This is unexpected. Thank you. What Mackenzie didn't mention, she actually performed that last year on FM 100, and they're going to include that on their FM 100 Christmas CD that benefits the road home. So really proud of her. That's pretty exciting. Again, it's been a pleasure to be with you tonight. This is wonderful. We'd like to thank Brigham Larson and his family, and this is a wonderful thing. And thanks again to Mackenzie Tolk and Jessica Davis. And we'll leave you with this one last song that we'll perform together. This is our arrangement of Come Thou Fount of Every Blessing.